Welcome to the happiest country in the world, Finland. Today, you're just about to see the best places in the country, so if you're unable to visit Finland soon, this travel documentary will take you to Helsinki, Lapland, Rovaniemi, and eventually to the Arctic Circle and the Santa village. But first, I want to show you the midnight sun in Finland, how to find gold if you visit Rovaniemi, and Lapland's best. Whether it's winter or summer, this is your best travel guide for Finland. My name is Soren. I throw darts at the world map and go wherever they land. I ended up in Finland after throwing a dart at the world map blindfolded while I was in Germany.
Oh, I've heard a good sound. Let's see what we... It's Finland! Wow! You know what? I've never been to Finland and this is perfect. Who knew that when I threw that dart at the world map while in Germany, I'm gonna hit the happiest country in the world. That's according to the United Nations World Happiness Report. And Finland is topping the charts pretty much every year on that. And that happiness of the Finns translates into some quirky championships and competitions. One of them being the wife carrying championship and another one being the cell phone throwing championships. Finland as a country has 5.5 million people, that's not a lot, and the capital Helsinki has 660,000 people. Finland is known throughout the world as the country of the 1,000 lakes. Only they have almost 200,000. Another cool and funny thing is their love for heavy metal. So much that they even have a heavy metal knitting competition here. Just so you get an idea how much they love heavy metal, they have an average of 53 bands for 100,000 people. Another cool thing that Finland has is the baby box program. So what the government does, they send a box with baby essentials to every family that's just about to have a baby.
Although I landed in the capital Helsinki, I'll show you this city later, because the most important thing for now is to take you to Lapland. I took a flight from Helsinki to Rovaniemi, which took about an hour and 20 minutes, and then I rented a 4x4 vehicle to explore all of Lapland in style.
Rovaniemi in itself, it's a nice, cute little town, 60,000 people, and one of the places that everybody goes and everybody is recommended to go before they start their adventures is the Arcticum. Arcticum is a museum that shows you pretty much everything out of these adventures that you're about to do in advance, so you know what to expect, and also educates you on a lot of things. And good thing I went there, because today I learned two things that I've always wondered about, and one of them was the Northern Lights, the Aurora Borealis. How are the Northern Lights created? So if this is the globe, at the top you have the Arctic magnetic field, and at the bottom you have the Antarctic magnetic field. The Aurora Borealis creates when the solar wind gets pulled into that magnetic field, and then they create a chemical reaction with the hydrogen on the oxygen, and that's when all those dances, all those colors, all those northern lights are created. That's why you only see them at the top or at the bottom of the globe. And here is one of the coolest things I've ever heard about the city. Rovaniemi was destroyed during the World War II, but after that it was reconstructed by this genius architect called Alvar Aalto. He designed the street in a way where if you watch from above, the main streets of Rovaniemi create a reindeer head, and the eye is actually a stadium. It was shocking yet so cool to see that the map of the city features a reindeer head and creates this city and gives this city the fame that it has as being one of the coolest towns in the world.
And now, let me introduce you to the best place to stay in Lapland, whether summer or winter.
You say Lapland, you say Santa Claus, and interesting enough, I have Santa for an appointment in a few days. But before I get there, I found Apukka, which is what I imagined Lapland to be when I was a kid, when I was reading fairy tales about Santa, about the magical land of Lapland. And Apukka, they were waiting for me with open arms.
I was so excited. I was so happy and said yes right away because we want Sorin here and we want to show everyone what we have here.
They offer me this magical glass igloo accommodation where first I thought I'm getting into a hobbit house, but then once you get in, you see the majestic views of the lake. You can lay down on bed and you can see the sky. If you're here in the winter, you may see Aurora Borealis, the Northern Lights.
We have everything here what you can imagine to have in Arctic holiday. So we have glass igloos, we have all the bucket list activities. We have huskies, horses, reindeer. In winter we have snowmobiles, in autumn and summer we have e-fat bikes, we have waters here, lakes, we do boating, kayaking, things like that. Of course in winter lakes are frozen, so then we do ice fishing and yeah, all you can imagine.
It's a beautiful view and it refills your energy every time you walk into that room.
And it's meant that you are lying on the bed. You can try and watch the sky, so.
Oh my God, I feel the heat of the sun.
You will see clouds in daytime, sunshine, northern lights in autumn and winter, snow falling in winter, different kind of natural phenomena directly from your room.
They also offered a few experiences that I will never forget. Gold panning. Gold panning is done here because Lapland is actually the host of locations that created some sort of the European gold rush. And back in mid-1800s, a lot of people came here to find their luck. And Apukka has one of the spots here on the property that, has some gold in it. And of course, Kaisa, which is now my friend here, introduced me to Pertu, which is their local guide. And together we try to find some gold to see how lucky I am in life.
We're going to start with the sluice box. This is a very traditional kind. Prospecting is quite simple, very simple actually. It's running water, gravity, and the weight of the gold. So basically the water and gravity does the work for us. Gold as a material is about 7 times as heavy as rocks, gravel, soil.
So what do I do if I find gold? What do I do with it?
Well, you shout gold if you want, and then you put it in your pocket. Actually, I have a bottle for you. You can keep it. You will keep it when you find it.
So nobody found gold here?
Yes, everybody.
They did? Everybody?
Every single one.
Woo!
This is
all right, I'm getting more excited.
This is a very gold-rich terrain. I could have taken this from anywhere, but I took it from there since it's gold. So we have the dirt and the gravel in the sluice box. We're going to release the water, and the water is going to push the soil and wash it off. And in the rifles here in the sluice box, the gold should stay.
Ooh.
As you can see, the water pressure is doing the work for us. It's washing the material, it's washing the soil off.
Yes.
Side by side with the nugget. Clear difference.
Yeah, definitely. You can see it.
This is your personal Fort Knox. So take the nuggets and drop them in. It's filled with water, so they're gonna drop to the bottom. There they go. Gold mining, prospecting like this, it's always a double process. So first they put it through the sluice box, and afterwards they go under the sluice box where they have like a container which gathers all the leftovers from the sluice box, and then they take the pans, the old-fashioned way. this is the important part. You turn and you just push it out. You need to again let the water do the work for you. Submerge it all the way. Wait a bit. Patience. Let the water clear out. If there's some trash like needles, take them off and then rolling. When you can see all the soil rolling, you can actually even see the dust and the sand getting over the sides. I have a way of checking for sure. You still have cold here. You want to try it?
Yeah.
We can go back to the sluice box.
Let's get another 3-4 little golden nuggets in there.
Okay, so then what you do, just basically wash the gravel from the pan and see what does it do. Did we have something in there?
I made like 15 cents here. You know that singer 50 cents? If I'll become a musician, my name will be 15 cents. Perttu gave me an introductory gold panning experience, and I wanted to discover a lot more about it. And everybody told me here, you're not learning enough if you're not going to Tankavara Museum. Tankavara is the iconic place where back in the day, 150, 170 years ago, the gold rush was happening.
You are now in a very special place. Basically, you are now at the only international gold museum in the world.
Hanna showed me the history of the famous gold rush in Lapland, the main characters involved in it, and the biggest piece of gold found here, as well as the heaviest gold piece ever found in the world.
It took place in Australia and it was called a Welcome Stranger. It took place in late 1860s. It was in the Victoria province, and it has been told that there were a couple of friends who were prospecting and they found this nugget. They got it when they were selling it. I think it was way over 9,000 English pounds from that. And they were bringing that to the hometown bank. There was a problem because the bank did not have money enough, so they had to go to a bigger city.
Seeing the copy of the big gold piece, I felt inspired again, so I did some gold panning with Hanna, got more gold collected in a small bottle, and left to my next adventure. And that is checking out the sun at midnight and meeting the Huskies.
Lapland is magical in the winter for the northern lights, but it's also magical in the summer because it's the midnight sun. The midnight sun, when it's bright 24/7, at 3 a.m. there is light. It feels to me that the body never gets tired.
Even for us locals, it's something unique. Every year you know that this light period is coming, and already in May the light is so strong. You can imagine you don't want to go to sleep, you just want to live and have fun and talk with friends and party and dance and everything, and that's the part of year when Finnish people are alive.
One of the first activities we did besides the gold panning was the midnight sun kayaking. Perttu brought his friend, also a guide here, Jani, and we did a phenomenal kayaking session. We left around 9 p.m. We ended up around 12-ish, and it was light just like this.
Yeah, we are really lucky when the weather is like this. It's really beautiful and calm.
I think it was the most beautiful, most perfect evening what you can get for the midnight sun kayaking. So Soren went to the kayaking on Lake Olkka. It's best for sure.
I could have done that all night long. I didn't get tired. It was such a tranquil experience. Some people find their happiness in buying cars. Some people find their happiness in having a lot of money. Some people find their happiness in like kayaking at midnight. I do all three. In a world that's getting crazier by the day, it's nice to have one of those 2-3 hours where there is all quiet. I really enjoy that. We came back home and we got ready for the next day. After an amazing night on Lake Apukka, Perttu said, hey, I have a little surprise for you. How about you gonna meet some Huskies? And I met Timo.
We are going hiking with the Huskies.
Timo is a musher. Musher, that's what they call a guy who's in charge with the Huskies.
I'm doing the races 11 years and working with the dogs only 2.
Timo and I went to the forest. We each had a dog. I feel like I'm on a motorized vehicle. And he introduced me to them.
The black one is Nasa, 9-year-old male, and the white one here is Marilyn, 6-year-old female.
These were some of the most important dogs that they have.
She is my main leader dog in the pack and in the safaris when we are going to customers. This one is usually in the first team and first dog. If something happens in the customers, they fall or like that, he brings them home every time.
How many dogs do you actually take care of here?
In summertime, 50. Winter time, 180.
180? Yep. Oh, so what are the other 130?
They are my friends' dogs.
And this guy loves his dogs, takes care of all those 50 dogs.
My oldest dog is 14. And youngest one is 2 weeks.
When do you get them to start working?
6 months.
At 6 months?
Yeah,
huh?
we train a few months and then they come with the adult dogs and going with the customers. Yeah, they can pull almost 600 kilos ATV, 8 dogs, and we go.
And this way I was pulled to the Husky farm to meet the rest of the pack and their adorable puppies.
Ooh, I smell it.
Yeah, dog food.
Your name will be Pukki. And they have so much energy that as soon as I walked into that thing, almost all the dogs jumped on us and they wanted to play. Well, I haven't been licked so much in a while, so this was an interesting experience. Definitely recommend if you ever have the chance to meet Huskies. You only need to have enough energy to keep up with them.
And speaking of energy, here is the most important thing for the Finnish people.
One of the things I discovered in Finland is that they make a passion for saunas.
Almost every Finnish person have their own sauna or even several saunas. So for example, I have 3 different saunas in different places. In the old days, people gave birth in sauna. When they died, they took back to sauna and washed. And it's basically part of our whole life.
Personally, I love saunas myself, and it was right up my alley when Kaisa and the team said, you're not doing sauna properly until you do the Finnish sauna. It means that they have a floating sauna here.
This one you're gonna go into now, it's a traditional kind. It's the sauna stove is heated with firewood.
I love the old school, and this is what they have.
It is by the lake. People always want to have access to the water straight from the sauna.
Perttu arranged everything for us again. We got there, we shared stories, we talked about the Finnish life.
When pioneers went to the forest and started new farms, the houses when they were built, they were called savupirtti, smoke hut. That means that they started from the sauna.
We got to spend a lot of time in the sauna. We had some beers. I have a nice bouquet of flowers to go with when I walk in, so I'm gonna enjoy this.
Ready to go?
Yes.
Good.
Let's do it.
And by throwing water on the rocks of the sauna stove, you create the steam. We call it löyly. This is the spirit of sauna.
From now on, I'm going to try to do it every night while I'm in Finland because it's good to sweat for the right reasons. I started the visit in Finland in Helsinki, and then we went up north to Rovaniemi. But what's even cooler now is to go even more north. I drove my vehicle all the way north to Inari. One of the cool things to discover and somehow emotional was to find out the Sámi people's story. The Sámi is a community that is the only indigenous community recognized by the United Nations in Europe. I made one of my goals here to discover more about them and to pay a visit first to the Sámi Museum and meet Taija that explain what the Sámi people are and what their struggles have been and how they live.
At the moment, Sámi people live within 4 different nations. So in Finland, Russia, Norway and Sweden. 4 different countries, but 1 people. As far as we know, the Sámi people have always lived in these lands. The earliest signs of settlements around the lake Inari are from over 8,000 years ago. Sámi people, as many indigenous peoples and minorities in the world, have always faced adversity. In historical times, in the 40s, 50s, we're talking about a time when minorities are assimilated into the majority cultures. So this is a time when a lot of Sámi families lose language and lose the clothing. And this continues on when we start rebuilding after the wars. So after the wars, the Finnish government set up a new law for schooling. So all kids are mandatory to go to school. And the schools were completely in Finnish. The Sámi kids were not allowed to speak their native language in the schools and were even beaten if they were caught speaking Sámi. When we move on in history, we get to the late 60s and 70s and we find sort of a revival of Sámi culture. They started fighting for the rights of Sámi. They said enough is enough, we don't need to assimilate, we don't need to be part of the Finnish or Norwegian or Swedish, it's okay for us to be Sámi. It all comes down to the nature still. The nature is always at the heart of Sámi. Hunting and fishing and reindeer herding, especially the people who work in those fields day in, day out, that's all they know. The suicide rates for young Sámi men especially is almost double to the majority, let's say Finnish or Swedish. Young people who have grown up thinking they are only gonna become reindeer herders, that's all they've ever thought about, and all of a sudden the reality is your family has no more reindeer and there's no way of actually making a living herding reindeer.
And I wanted to dive even deeper into the Sámi culture, and I found out that about 20 kilometers away from here there is an island called Apukka, which means the old man, and this is a sacred place protected by the state of Finland because here, a century ago, the Sámi people used to do ceremonies and sacrifices. It was believed to be a place where the spirits of their ancestors resided and a site for offerings to ensure good fortune and protections. The island's sacred status meant that only shamans and chosen individuals were allowed to visit. I returned from visiting the little island and I stayed at one of the coolest hotels in this area, the Wilderness Inari hotels, and it was interesting to see beautiful villa with a nice view. And what I was surprised to see in my room also was a sauna, which was a testament for the love of the Finnish people for saunas. Finnish people and Lappish people love so much their wilderness that I was looking to get some tips on survival skills, and I met Jonas. Jonas, man, what a guy! This guy is a character for sure.
Many of my friends are actually so jealous because I get this awesome tan so easily.
He invited me to spend a few hours with him, half day, to show me some cool stuff, including pack rafting.
Pack rafting really has revolutionized traveling all around the world. If I see a lake, okay, no need to go around it. I can just fill up my trusty old pack raft and go across. So the idea here is it has this screw here. Open up the cap, screw this in. Of course, it takes quite a lot of time to fill it up with this, but luckily we have technology. These kind of small pumps are used by almost every single pack rafter that I know. When you press it 2 times quickly, you can feel like, oh, it feels so good.
We used that pack raft to go in the middle of the lake to cast for fishing, see if we get anything. We did not. However, Jonas prepared a trap and also a fish net prior to my arrival, so just in case we don't catch anything by rod. And then our last resort to see what we have for lunch was the fish net.
And we have another perch.
Oh la la! Hey, hey, hey. He showed me some survival skills, and first of them was how to fillet a fish.
It's always easier to fillet a bigger fish because there's less chance that you might accidentally break the fish. First, I put my knife here, bring it out, and behind the front fins. Now I apply just a little bit of pressure and turn my knife 90 degrees. Now I start pushing. You don't want to use too much force because you do not want to cut the spine. 90-degree angle to the ribs. First cut here in front of the ribs, and then with the one single cut.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle.
Wiggle, wiggle, wiggle. Exactly, you know that.
The second thing I was impressed by is how to create fire without matches.
Always when you are making fire, gather lots and lots and lots and lots of fire starter. And when you finally feel you have enough, gather just a little bit more. We start scraping the top layer of this birch. First, you wanna place the end of the fire steel on top of everything. Then, just give it a few scrapes, and there you go.
And the third thing was his soup. And he created the recipe, and obviously he's been doing it for a while. He's not even 30, but he said he's been doing it since he was 6-7 years old.
It's quite hot, so let's just put it in. It will cool down in the wind.
He put together a nice dish for us. Heaven in my mouth. We had lunch, and it was a great day. The variety of accommodation in Finland is incredible, and I discovered one new amazing thing at a resort called Kilopaa. It gave me probably one of the best nights here. Finland is so much about nature that I had to find a night, one of these days that I'm here, to sleep in the nature. Well, here they have a tent suspended, so it's right by the river, and tonight this is my hotel room. They have a sauna that was different of what I've been doing so far, and that is a smoked sauna. It has a specific smell. Trust me, it's a great feeling. I spent 2 hours that they had to kick me out. I took a shower and got to my bed, which initially I thought is gonna be not that comfortable, but it was 110% the best night I've ever had in terms of resting.
After a week in the countryside, I finally returned to Helsinki. the capital of this country.
I have to admit that when I threw that dart in Germany in front of the Hohenzollern castle, I had no idea what Finland is like. I've been to Scandinavia, twice to Norway, twice to Sweden, once in Denmark, but I've never been to Finland. Helsinki, the capital of the country, is a bit quiet. However, I got to do a couple of the hottest items in town, and the first one is the Suomenlinna Island. The Suomenlinna Island offers a great excursion for a day, if you will. Traveling by ferry for about 15 minutes, you get to see the city, you get to see the skyline, beautiful, and the island itself hosts a prison. Although there is an active jail here on the island, there is still about 800 people who live here. They send kids to school and they make a living just spending their time here. Interesting enough, is one of the most popular landmarks in Helsinki, and I couldn't miss the chance to see it. It was good. It gives you medieval kind of vibe, feel good, lots of tourists, meet a lot of people. It's a fun half-day, one-day trip that gets you to see a bit of the history of Finland. Although it's in Finland, Suomenlinna was built by the Swedish people because back in the day, this land belonged to Sweden. They were building it to protect themselves from the expansion of Russia. Well, that didn't work out too well. They lost the war to Russia and they lost the land as well. But then when Finland got their independence in the early 1900s, then they got back the land and they called it Suomenlinna, which means the fortress of Finland. The second landmark is Temppeliaukion kirkko. I'm pretty sure I didn't say it right, but that is the church that is made out of rock, so the rock church.
We have to keep it quiet, but despite its design, the church is a functional Lutheran church, hosting several services like weddings and baptisms.
Because the church was excavated in rock, it offers amazing acoustics and it often hosts musical events in the city. Overall, Finland exceeded my expectations. I'm gonna stay friends with some people I've met here forever.
However, I have one more Finland episode, and that's special because I'm gonna show you the Santa Claus village in Lapland. I had an exclusive one-on-one meeting with Santa, and I even asked him to throw a dart at the world map on my behalf, so I'll go wherever it lands. Guess what he hit? Or watch the next episode.